Shalom, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Israel allegedly struck Iran's underground Natanz nuclear reactor, reportedly incapacitating the facility's operations for an extensive period. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin reaffirms Washington's ironclad commitment to Israel's security. Russia asserts its deep-rooted interest in bolstering its bilateral relations with Egypt. Israel allegedly struck Iran's underground Natanz nuclear reactor, reportedly incapacitating the facility's operations for an estimated period of as little as 9 months. On Saturday, the Ayatollah regime in Tehran marked its nationally observed Nuclear Technology Day, during which President Hassan al-Khani ordered in a televised ceremony the injection of uranium gas into IR-5 and newly installed IR-6 centrifuges, alongside mechanical tests of highly advanced IR-9 centrifuges, in a move seemingly aimed to elevate the Islamic Republic's leverage vis-à-vis the United States, amid the resumption of indirect talks on reinvigorating the 2015 nuclear deal in Vienna.
عملیات گازدهی به ماشین‌های نسل جدید سانتریفیوژ در مجتمع غنیسازی نتنز رو آغاز بفرمایید علی برکت الله.
Less than 12 hours later, during the early hours of Sunday morning, the Ayatollah regime has lost its newly attained leverage when a large explosion had entirely destroyed the heavily protected power system that supplies the centrifuges with enriched uranium in the underground facility.
مجتمع شهید احمدی روشن مجتمع غنیسازی در اینجا در واقع برق قطع شده. خوشبختانه هیچ تلفات صدماتی نداشتیم و هیچ آلودگی هیچ مشکل خاصی هم نیست.
It is worth mentioning that Kamal Vandi, who was present at the Natanz installation during the reported explosion, made these remarks from a hospital bed after sustaining light injuries. Nevertheless, the Ayatollah regime, which insists that Israel was behind the devastating explosion, claimed that no human injuries were caused.
اتفاق ناگواری که در نتنز افتاد و خب بارها هم رژیم صهیونیستی از قبل میگفت، این روزها هم شنیده میشه، از همون موقع هم شنیده میشه از منابع مختلف که تایید میکنن که رژیم صهیونیستی پشت این داستان بوده. البته من خوشحالم که هیچ آسیب انسانی و یا محیط زیستی وجود نداشته.
The Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson further asserted the regime's pledge to exact revenge on Israel at a time and place of its choosing.
باید بدونه که پاسخ ایران انتقام از این رژیم صهیونیستی خواهد بود در جای خودش و در زمان خودش.
Separately, Ali Akbar Salehi, the director of Iran's Atomic Energy Organization, rejected foreign intelligence claims which reportedly assessed that it could take at least 9 months to restore Natanz's uranium production.
خوانده است دشمن. اونها الان در گزارش‌هایی رو که دارن میدن مثلا 9 ماه ما عقب انداختیم فعالیت‌های هسته‌ای رو در نتنز. شما شاهد خواهید بود ظرف چند روز آینده انشالله بخش قابل توجهی از اون خرابکاری هایی که دشمن انجام داده بود انشالله جبران خواهد شد.
Salehi went on to boastfully claim that the Islamic Republic was developing multiple underground nuclear facilities with necessary security arrangements.
در دل کوه سالن‌های بسیار متعدد و پیشرفته‌ای رو داریم می‌سازیم و البته این رو هم عرض بکنم که ما از نظر حفاظتی و امنیتی هم اقدامات جدی رو به کار گرفتیم. سیستم‌های امنیتی ما به هر حال رسیدن به ریشه‌یابی این اتفاق اخیری که رخ داده.
While Jerusalem declined to confirm nor deny its responsibility for the highly sophisticated attack, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in a toast with the directors of Mossad, Shin Bet, and the IDF General Staff ahead of Israel's 73rd Independence Day, which is marked later this week, highlighted the importance of confronting the Islamic Republic's malign activities today rather than tomorrow.
מאבק באיראן וגרורותיה, המאבק בהתגרענות האיראנית, המאבק בהתחמשות האיראנית, הוא משימה ענקית. המצב שקיים היום לא אומר שהוא יהיה המצב שיהיה קיים מחר.
In tandem, on the same day when Iran's nuclear program sustained a devastating blow, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin arrived in Israel for the first time since assuming his post.
We thank you for making Israel your first visit to our region, reflecting the enduring relationship between the United States and the State of Israel.
Secretary Austin, several days after Israel marked its Holocaust Memorial Day, seized the opportunity to stress the need to be ever vigilant against mass atrocities.
You know, we all took the time last week to remember the Holocaust. And Minister Gantz, you as a son of Holocaust survivors know better than most the horror and heartache your family endured. We remember the 6 million Jews and the millions of others who perished during the Holocaust. May their memory be a blessing, and let it be a solemn reminder of our duty to be ever vigilant against mass atrocities.
The two top defense officials further highlighted the ironclad commitment of Jerusalem and Washington to one another and pledged to deepen cooperation in all that relates to regional stability and security.
In our meeting earlier, Secretary Austin and I agreed to continue in close consultation on the urgent regional security challenges. I also expressed our commitment to continuing working closely with the United States with true bipartisan support on Israel's long-term planning for defense acquisition to maintain Israel's QME, essential not only for the guarantee for Israel's security, but as a guarantor of the Middle East stability. During our conversation, I emphasized to Secretary Austin that Israel views the United States as a full partner across all operational threats, not the least Iran. The Tehran of today poses a strategic threat to international security, to the entire Middle East, and to the State of Israel. And we will work closely with our American allies to ensure that any new agreement with Iran will secure the vital interest of the world, of the United States, prevent dangerous arms race in our region, and protect the State of Israel.
Today, I was tremendously pleased with our discussion on a number of security issues which are important to our two countries. And I wanted to convey the Biden-Harris administration's strong commitment to Israel and the Israeli people. As a major strategic partner for the United States, our bilateral relationship with Israel in particular is central to regional stability and security in the Middle East. And during our meeting, I reaffirmed to Minister Gantz our commitment to Israel is enduring and it is ironclad. And I pledge to continue close consultations in order to ensure Israel's qualitative military edge and to strengthen Israel's security.
Among a series of meetings held behind closed doors, Secretary Austin and Minister Gantz toured multiple Israeli military facilities, including the Nevatim Air Force Base, where the Pentagon chief was presented with new Israeli developments, cutting-edge technologies and systems, including new innovations that were equipped on the U.S.-manufactured F-35 stealth aircraft, alongside other highly advanced military equipment that is operated by both the IDF and the U.S. Armed Forces. Turning to Israel's southwestern neighbor Egypt, where Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov concluded today a one-day visit, during which he held extensive consultations with his Egyptian counterpart Samih Shoukry, followed by a meeting with President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abulgait. Ahead of his trip, Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova highlighted Moscow's deep-rooted interest in bolstering its bilateral relations with Cairo.
В России придают особое значение поддержанию высокого уровня сотрудничества с Египтом, одним из наших ведущих партнеров в регионе Ближнего Востока и Северной Африки, отношения с которым всегда строились на основе дружбы, уважения и взаимного учета интересов.
From Egypt, Minister Lavrov is due to travel to the Islamic Republic of Iran tomorrow, where he's scheduled to hold a working meeting with his counterpart, Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif.
Главы внешнеполитических ведомств России и Ирана планируют обсудить весь комплекс вопросов двусторонней повестки, в первую очередь ее торгово-экономической составляющей в контексте реализации ключевых совместных проектов в области энергетики и транспорта. Предполагается продолжить обмен мнениями по ряду актуальных международных тем, включая ситуацию вокруг совместного всеобъемлющего плана действий по иранской ядерной программе, конечно, положение дел в Сирии, Афганистане, Йемене, в зоне Персидского залива.
Thank you for watching us. As part of TV7 Israel's prayer initiative, I would like to encourage you today to join myself and the team here in Jerusalem to lift up Barbados in prayer for its salvation and peace, alongside prayers for persecuted brothers and sisters around the world, in addition to our ongoing prayers, of course, for the peace of Jerusalem and the salvation of Israel. I'm Jonathan Hassan, wishing you a Shavuot Tov U'Mevorach, and we will see you again tomorrow at the same time.